It's me, Pavati, and this is Blinks. We're in the African Savannah. Pretty awesome, isn't it? My dad came to Africa for work, so Blinks and I got to tag along. Some of the largest animals in the world live right here, like the African elephant. They can live to be almost 70 years old. Elephants eat many different things, like leaves, bark, and fruit, but they especially like grass. The savanna has some trees and lots of grass, so it's a great place for them to live. The place where an animal or plant lives is called its habitat. A habitat has everything that a living thing needs to survive, like food, air, water, and shelter. Habitats can be big or small, like this pile of dirt. It's actually a termite nest called a mound. And it's the habitat of thousands of termites. Inside are lots of tunnels with places for water and food, and even special places for the termites' eggs. It's like a whole city in there. Since termites eat wood, you might think this is not a good place for a tree to grow. But a termite mound is also a great habitat for the jackalberry tree, because jackalberry wood is too hard for the termites to eat. The roots help to hold the mound together, and the mound provides a way for the roots to get water. The jackalberry tree is also an important part of the habitat for the baboons that live on the savanna. The tree gives them tasty jackalberry fruit to munch on. And it has high branches they can climb up when there is danger below. The giraffe is one of my favorite animals. After Blinks, of course. The giraffe is one of the tallest animals in the world. Just the giraffe's legs are taller than my dad, and he's almost 6 feet tall. A giraffe eats hundreds of pounds of leaves every week, so it must travel all over the savanna to find that much food. That's a big habitat. Lucky for the giraffe, it has a height advantage. His dinner is way over the heads of most other animals. Right, Mr. Giraffe? I'm sure you can see how important the grasses and trees of the savanna are to all of these animals. If anything happened to the plants and grass, the animals that eat them wouldn't be able to survive. And if the plant eaters didn't survive, then the meat eaters, like lions, wouldn't survive either. Fortunately, all of these plants and animals have a pretty great habitat to live in. Of course, there are lots of different kinds of habitats on Earth. Here I am with my dad, hiking at Wheeler Peak, a mountain habitat. And this picture was taken in the Mojave Desert, a desert habitat. This one's my favorite. Blinks, you're in it too. We're at Tenaya Lake, a lake habitat in Yosemite Park. That reminds me, Blinks, we need a picture of us in the savanna. We'll see you next time around. Until then, enjoy your habitat. Ready, Blinks? Smile! Click on the next activity. Pavati's Habitat Park. Can you help me fill my zoo? Put the animals into their correct habitats. Play! Drag in the animal that could live in the coral reef habitat. A giant clam can grow very large. It attaches itself to rocks or coral underwater. A polar bear is a large mammal that lives on sea ice and eats seals. It can swim long distances in freezing cold water. A penguin is a bird that cannot fly. It uses its wings to swim. It has thick fat to keep it warm in the cold ice, snow, and water. Terrific! Drag in the animal that could live in the tropical rainforest habitat. A boa constrictor is a snake that can swim and climb trees. It squeezes its prey. An American bison is the largest mammal in North America. It has a lot of fur to keep it warm in winter. A prairie dog has strong claws to dig tunnels in the dirt. It eats prairie grass. Terrific! Drag in the animal that could live in the mountaintop habitat. Giraffes are the tallest mammals on land. They eat leaves from the tops of trees. A sea anemone attaches to rocks or coral underwater. It has tentacles to sting and grab food that floats by. Bighorn sheep have thick wool to stay warm. They have special hooves for climbing steep rocks. Wonderful! Drag in the animal that could live in the deciduous forest habitat. A giant clam can grow very large. It attaches itself to rocks or coral underwater. Camels can survive for a long time without food or water. Their feet are shaped to help them walk on sand easily. Squirrels have strong claws for grabbing tree bark and food. Their bushy tails help them balance in high branches. Great! Drag in the animal that could live in the vegetable garden habitat. A dolphin lives in the water and eats mostly fish. An earthworm lives in dirt. It absorbs water from the soil. A penguin is a bird that cannot fly. It uses its wings to swim. It has thick fat to keep it warm in the cold ice, snow, and water. Good! Drag in the animal that could live in the rotten log habitat. A sow bug lives in damp, dark places. It eats fungi and dead plants and animals. A desert tortoise lives in places that are very dry. It eats grasses, wildflowers, and cactus fruit. A sea anemone attaches to rocks or coral underwater. It has tentacles to sting and grab food that floats by. Awesome! Awesome! Click on the next activity.
Environments. Savannah. Environments Guide. Each book in the Environments series teaches about an environment on Earth. Our Earth has many different environments. 6 of the main types of environments are grassland, marine, forest, desert, tundra, and freshwater. These 6 kinds of environments are called biomes. As you learn about each environment, it is important to notice how hot or cold it is. This is called temperature. It is also important to notice how much rain and snow there is in each environment. This is called precipitation. The color used for the cover of each Environments series book tells you which biome the environment is in. Grassland, marine, forest, desert, tundra, freshwater. Each cover also has small pictures at the top, called icons, that tell you about the temperature and precipitation for that environment. Temperature, colder, hotter. Precipitation, less rain and snow, more rain and snow. This is a savanna. A savanna can also be called grassland because it is mostly flat and covered in tall grass. But savannas get enough rainfall for some trees to grow as well. Savannas are located in many places throughout the world, including Africa, South America, and Australia. Most savannas are found not far from the Earth's equator. They are warm all year long. The savanna environment you will learn about in this book is in Africa, in a place called the Serengeti. Many kinds of animals make their homes in the savanna. Elephants are the largest land animals in the world. They are herbivores, which means they eat only plants. Elephants use their long trunks to grasp grass and the leaves, fruit, and bark from trees. The lion is known as the king of the jungle, but it actually lives in the savanna. A lion's tan fur helps it blend in with the tall grass. This makes it easier for the lion to hunt prey like gazelles and zebras. This is a baboon, the largest kind of monkey in the world. Baboons are omnivores, which means they eat many kinds of food, including fruit, roots, insects, and small animals. Baboons like to live near the trees in the savanna. When they are frightened, baboons climb the trees to escape danger. Termites are small insects that have 6 legs and 3 main body parts, like ants. Many of the termites in the savanna build large nests called mounds. Termites can build mounds up to 10 feet high. That's as high as a basketball hoop. The crowned crane gets its name from the feathers growing out of its head, which look like a crown. Crowned cranes live in parts of the savanna that are near water. When a male crowned crane likes a female, he does a special dance for her. If she likes him back, she'll dance along with him. A zebra is a large mammal that is a member of the horse family. Zebras are covered in black and white stripes, and each zebra's pattern of stripes is different from every other zebra's. Zebras eat only plants. Their favorite plant to eat is Bermuda grass, which grows all over the African savanna. Bermuda grass is a tall grass that is now found in many parts of the world, but it first grew in the African savanna. The grass has very deep roots that help it reach water even when there hasn't been much rain. Many animals of the savanna like to eat Bermuda grass. Jackalberry trees grow well in loose soil, and they often grow on the termite mounds in the savanna. The termites don't eat the jackalberry tree because its wood is very hard, and the roots of the tree help protect the termites' nests. Many animals of the savanna eat the fruit of the jackalberry tree. This may look like an upside-down tree with its roots in the air, but it's not. It's a baobab tree. Its trunk and branches look like roots because the baobab tree doesn't have leaves for most of the year. The fruit of the baobab tree is often called monkey's bread, and it is eaten by people as well as by many animals of the savanna. Now you know about some of the fascinating animals and plants that live in the savanna. How many of these savanna plants and animals can you name?
Click on the next activity.
Elephant, Bermuda savanna.
Click on the next activity.
Done.
on the next activity.
Pavati's Savannah pictures.
Play!
Hi, I'm Pavati. I'm so glad you're here to help me with my Savannah photo album. Can you take a picture of the animal that builds nests up to 10 feet high? Elephant. Try again. Very nice. Termite. Now let's look for the largest land animal in the world. Good job! Elephant! Next, look for the animal that dances. Try again. Well done. Crowned crane. Let's see if you can find the animal that has tan fur to blend in with the tall grass. Very nice. Lion. Now, find the animal that climbs trees when it is scared. I know you can do it. Good job. Baboon. Next, take a photo of the animal which has black and white stripes. Great job! Zebra. Can you take a picture of the plant that makes a fruit called monkey's bread? Good. Baobab tree. We just need one more. Take a picture of the plant that has small white flowers and produces delicious fruit. Great job! Jackalberry tree. Terrific! Thanks for your help. Look at all the photos we took.
Dian Fossey. Dian Fossey was born in California more than 80 years ago. As a girl, Dian loved animals. One of her favorite things to do was to ride horses. After she went to college, she lived on a small farm. She took care of horses and other farm animals. When she was 31 years old, Dian Fossey decided to go to Africa to see the different kinds of animals that live there. In Africa, she met the famous scientist, Dr. Louis Leakey. Dr. Leakey and his wife Mary were working in Africa. They were trying to find out about people who lived on Earth long ago. Dian Fossey told Dr. Leakey that she wanted to see gorillas. Dr. Leakey told her that gorillas lived in a place in Africa called the Congo. So Dian made the long and difficult journey there. While she was in the mountains, Dian Fossey saw a family of mountain gorillas. As she watched them, she thought that the gorillas acted like people in some ways. Dian Fossey left Africa, but she went back again a few years later because she wanted to learn more about gorillas. First, she spent time with a scientist named Jane Goodall. Jane Goodall was an expert at studying animals in the wild. She showed Dian how to observe animals, which means to watch them very carefully. Then Dian Fossey went to live near the gorillas in their habitat. A habitat is a place where animals or plants live. Dian Fossey wanted to get close to the gorillas. She made the same noises they did. She ate the same plants they did. The gorillas started to trust her. After that, Dian Fossey went back to college and learned how to be a zoologist. A zoologist is a scientist who studies animals. Then she went back to Africa and spent more time watching and learning about gorillas. For the rest of her life, Dian Fossey worked to protect gorillas. She wrote a book about them called Gorillas in the Mist. Because of her hard work and curiosity, she helped many people understand gorillas better.
Click on the next activity.
To Africa. Dian Fossey worked to protect gorillas in Africa.
Click on the next activity.
Draw more animals on the savannah. Write a sentence about what you see. Done.
Click on the next activity.